Hey nerds, thanks for joining us today. We are talking about Spider-Man. Spider-Man? That's a whole different show. Spider-Man, Brand New Day, the final trailer, and the implications that those new reveals are bringing. So stick around, and we're going to talk about news, teasers, and speculation about what's to come. This is the FOMO Show. Don't miss out. All right, guys, I am Dylan.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Quinn.
And please like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon so
Ding.
you know when we drop new videos, when we go live, and thanks for your support.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting started a little bit late, so we're gonna kind of rush through because Quinn's got a heart out. Yeah.
Finger pistols.
So you want to go do your
Yeah. If you haven't left now, this is your last chance because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of the FOMO Show, we're going to talk about the final trailer for Spider-Man, Brand New Day. If you haven't watched it or want to watch it, go watch it, then come back, or don't watch it at all and just listen to us. You have been warned.
All right. Yeah, technical difficulties again. Things are just stupid program updating and then just like changes all the screens that I had set and just yeah. It's infuriating.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so hot takes. Who wants to go first? We're gonna bust through these real quick.
Yeah, I got one. I'll go first. I'm gonna hit myself for 3 minutes. I'll see if I can do 3 minutes. All right, here we go. Boom. First 30 seconds. All right. So here's the thing. Tomorrow is June 19th. Now you know what today is. Since tomorrow is June 19th, who knows what that day is? Show of hands. It's Juneteenth. Woo! Yay! And
look that up if you don't know what that means.
Look it up.
I came from a small town. I didn't know what that meant for a long time.
Ah, yes.
Same.
Yeah, it's fair. I won't give you a Juneteenth history lesson. Do what they said. Just go look it up. But in honor of that, I think my hot take for today is Milestone Media, or Milestone Comics, as some might know it as, I think should have a fair shot, a fair chance on the big stages. They've had comic books and several different comic runs for the past few decades and like a resurgence in the past 5 years or so. If you don't know what that is, it brings you characters like Static Shock, which is probably at this moment their most famous character, Icon, who is one of my favorite heroes, Hardwire, and the Shadow Syndicate, which is their version of the Justice League. Even back in the 80s, there were Icon versus Superman, Shadow Syndicate versus the Justice League. Like, those things happened where Superman was even thought Icon was a Kryptonian, and he was like, "You're so strong, but you're not a Kryptonian? Weird." And I just think my hot take is they should have a shot at the big stage, like having movies, TV shows, and various things to be put out there, because they're really good stories that I feel like just haven't had a chance to be in the limelight like some of the others. Closest they had was Static Shock.
Who is now owned by DC, right?
And yeah, Milestone.
So did they Icon as well? It's like,
yep,
did DC just buy?
They bought them out,
okay.
Which is why they had like a resurgence not too long ago. Shoot, what was it called? It was called Milestone something.
I can't remember.
Yep, I can't remember off the top of my head. Yes, where they like gave the characters redesigns. They brought everybody back, started giving them new stories, but it just hasn't been able to flip the switch to where somebody gives them a movie or tries to do anything like action or animated, and I would like to see that.
Did Icon show up in Black Lightning? Has there been a live?
There's only Icon's only shown up in one TV show, and it was Young Justice, Icon and Rocket. It's Murder Time.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, where have I seen them before?
Yeah.
Static Shock cartoon was fantastic.
Sure was. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Hi.
Agree. Yay. And 3 seconds left. Bada boom.
I
Boom,
think it's,
baby.
it's a great idea, especially in honor of the late great Dwayne McDuffie.
Yeah,
Just he's a brilliant comic creator, and
he was.
just every I love going back and reading those old comics because they were just so rich.
Yes.
I loved them so much. And
Really good.
I was always a big fan of like Static's original look with the black and the ball cap. I don't know,
Yeah.
for some reason that's my favorite of his. I mean he's always looks awesome,
Oh,
but
shoot.
that's my favorite.
I mean, and not to mention, I mean, the Black community is a huge audience. Why wouldn't they create? I mean, many creators, whether it be Tyler Perry or 50 Cent, have proven over and over again that it's very lucrative and it's worth going after. So I still don't understand why it's not mainstream.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you've always got the internet people that like every time I see any Supergirl post whatsoever, there's a laugh emoji on it. It's like, why? Just why? Why?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mine is once again a video game related one.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, here we go. Okay, I recently purchased, just for fun because it was like I think it was like $9. I bought the Master Chief collection for my PC because I've never played the Halo games, and I've had kind of a checkered past with them. I'll say to say the least, but you know what? I thought I'd give it a go. As I'm playing the first one, here's the thought that kind of goes through my head, and I realize that they came out many years ago. But like, my hot take is, I think Halo, at least the first one, should have just been rated T. Because I don't remember anything, like there wasn't anything in there that was like, to me, was screaming M rated. Anyway, but like I said, I was gonna be mean this week. So there you go. What do you think?
That's your meanness.
Yes, that's what I mean. I could have been way worse, but I don't know. I got in a good mood in the last few hours. So
yeah,
it's just our presence.
And it's all right.
What's everyone's?
3, 2, 1.
Finally, I'm trying to create the conflict. I feel like we agree way too much. That's our problem.
Right. I think, like I think the answer was in the question. It was a different time.
Yes.
And it was a different time where there was a big push against video game violence.
Oh yeah.
And so with the guns and it being military themed
and then you could get an energy sword and just stab somebody.
Yeah, because you're coming off the heels of like Doom and stuff like Wolfenstein.
Right. Which and I played lots of those, and those games are way more violent. And I think and as I look back and compare, even to like Half-Life, I just remember Half-Life being way gorier. And I don't know. That's just the way I see it. And I'm watching this, and it's like no one's sworn yet. Except I think someone was like, "Oh crap."
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and I think Microsoft at the time, Xbox was like supposed to be like the cool factor for adults or whatever, and so they were kind of like marketing towards that realm.
Yeah. I just feel like when it all came down to it, it just seemed like. I think that at the last minute they're like, "Hey, let's make it M, so that way it's got like that cool kid street cred."
And I feel like Dylan said, I think anything that had a gun in it at that time, because GTA, that was the same time frame it was like coming up. They were like, "Nope, M, because we don't know if you're going to slap a hooker and steal a car." So it's like, okay, sure. Which in both of those games, technically you could.
Now in the new games, you slap a sex worker. So yeah, we've come so far. I mean,
and you pay them appropriately.
Yes, there you go. But anyway, there's my hot take.
Right on the money.
One of these days, I'm gonna create like some chaos here. I thought that one was gonna stir the pot. I swear. Whatever.
All right, so mine is. I'm going to try not to be long-winded, but it's pretty simple. Nerds, like all fandoms are the same, basically. Like, so you've got people like me who are into comic books and all that kind of stuff, fantasy, Lord of the Rings. For some reason, that is among adults, certain cliques, I guess, is looked at as
No.
childish.
Mhm.
Which one? Or all of
But
it?
but being into sports, that's manly. That's totally cool.
Mhm.
But it's like it's a cartoon. It's for kids. It's like, but a grown man going out and wrestling with another grown man. That's totally cool.
You got people of all ages.
And for just fill a stadium and put on their clothes and dress like them and paint our faces and scream in unison at each other and chant, and that's normal. That's completely normal. It's like they're the same to me. I don't understand the difference and why, like, because okay, I'm an older guy and I'm single, and among certain groups, it's you need to be a high value male. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, and unless you, and if you wear graphic tees, or if you are into comic books or anything nerdy that's deemed as like childish, or that you're not a high quality man. But if you drive a giant truck because you want to act like you're somebody that takes up space or casts a big shadow and wear sports jerseys, completely normal. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was big into sports when I was a kid, and I still like sports. I watch them with my brother whenever I'm around him, and I like watching sports with other people, but I don't follow it by myself because. But and that's another thing. It's like following when when a superhero movie comes out and somebody asks me, and I go on a autism rant about like who it is and why it is and and all the background and the detail. But you want to talk sports to somebody and they'll talk about like 50 years ago and their stats and all. It's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's it should definitely be in the same. Oh well, first thing we have to.
Yeah. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Oh.
Wait. This one.
Oh, okay.
Because no,
Okay,
I know,
okay.
I do agree, but I understand. I understand the other part of it. It is so a thing that happened with our parents, because we're not.
It
too
might
far
just
apart
be
in it.
me being ADHD, autism, or
It's
whatever, not being able to just see the forest for the trees.
It is because our parents and possibly grandparents, because this stuff like has existed for a long time, sports and comic books and nerd stuff.
Yeah, and comic books were for kids.
Yes, and it's that culture that was kind of passed down. Like once you hit this age, you have to start liking cars and gentlemen and shoulder pads hitting each other, or baseball, which. Man, baseball used to be dull.
And yacht rock for some reason.
And yacht rock.
Like hey, I do love those things.
like at a certain age, you have to stop doing this because it's not for you anymore. But then, also with the culture, it then evolved, and then things started becoming more adult. But then those folks who were on the other side of the fence of it, they never saw the things that were meant for like adults, and they thought and still would think because anime isn't the same way. Everyone thinks anime is just really kiddie cartoons, but yeah,
or it's for pervs.
Yeah. You could end up like letting a child watch an anime, and turns out it's Neon Genesis Evangelion, and they are now messed up forever.
Yeah.
So yes,
it's just like movies. It's just like there's a huge swath of versions and things that you could get into. But there's G ones, and then there's very very NSFW ones.
But I agree that like remembering the stats of a ball player from 50 years ago, and then remembering the stats of like a Charizard or or a Pikachu or something like that, I feel like it requires that it uses that same part of the brain. I feel
same part of the brain.
It would have to be. So yeah, I could see how people need to start learning that it's like, okay, we're all nerds, all right, in one way or another.
It's just you're just into something else. It's
just
the same geeking out on something. It's same passion. Same. You just like something else.
It's just like if you saw, I'm trying to think of someone that's like super not caught. Aaron Rodgers walking through the front door. One guy sees Aaron Rodgers walking through the front door. He's gonna geek out, while the same guy, his friend next to him, is gonna geek out when George Lucas was walking through the front door.
Mhm.
Like it is the same thing
Mhm.
because these people and like they've done things that you just love and have become attached to.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same response. That's I don't know. They're same to me. It's like it's
Yep.
I don't know. It's
Anyone,
just different. It's the same thing.
and anyone that wants. All right, I'm gonna say this, and if I get in trouble, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, I have kids, it's fine. Um, anyone that wants to like go around calling someone a high value male or treating them like they are less of that because they like this stuff, they did not have the right. Not, I won't say they didn't have the right upbringing. They weren't exposed to things enough, and whoever was teaching them things essentially sheltered them from the world.
Yeah, and I feel like because I mean I grew up in a small town that was like there are certain things that are expected of you as a man or as a woman, and very traditional values.
Hmm.
And when you become an adult, there's certain things that you leave behind or whatever. I don't know.
That's fine.
Mhm.
I'll wake up on Saturday and watch cartoons.
Yeah, and I feel like especially when there's in our culture, there's no like definitive transition into adulthood where it's like in other cultures there's like a ceremony or that kind of thing
Mhm.
where uh I'm not even going to mention because I can't even think I'm just going to do it wrong.
Quinceañera?
Huh?
Like quinceañera?
Yeah, quinceañera, what's the Jewish
Bar mitzvah.
Bar
a bar
mitzvah?
mitzvah or bat mitzvah.
Yeah, bat mitzvah
Bat
for
mitzvah.
girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or Asian cultures, there's the same thing. I mean, I don't know what it's called, but we don't have like an American version, and so there's just people trying to prove that they're grown up now. You know what I mean? And the way some people do that is by insulting other people that are into other things because it makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
And that I have a problem with that because I don't like bullying, and that feels like a form of bullying to me. But
And the indigenous Australians, they had the walkabout as well.
Yeah,
So we
sure
should
do have
bring back
the
the walkabout.
walkabout.
We should have our own version.
Yeah.
We should Forrest Gump it from one side of the country to the other and then
Yep.
back. So there you go.
Why-
Then you're a man.
you have
While
to carry the cross.
doing some ayahuasca.
Yeah, oh, yes, while stoned the entire time.
Wow.
All right.
It'll take you like 8 years. So
That's a long. America is big. It's
Yeah.
bigger than we give it credit for. That's what she said.
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah. So that's my hot take.
There you
Didn't even time it, or did I run over?
Ran over. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Spider-Man, brand new day. Trailer dropped yesterday, and some big confirmations.
Yeah.
We've definitely got Savage Hulk.
Yeah.
There are rumors that it's going to be Gray Hulk, but he didn't look gray to me.
They showed the hold on, and there he's extra green.
He's green right there.
But it's the same thing because they did the shoot. I was about to say the Thunderbolts was not the actual name of the movie, and you didn't find out the name of the movie until you got in the movie.
Mhm.
But as long as you show the image of the thing, because of that lawsuit that happened with that one movie.
Oh, the asterisk.
Yeah.
or-
Yep. But also the lawsuit that happened with that one movie about the Beatles a long time ago.
yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah.
So
That was
trailers,
great. I like that movie.
trailers have to show you the stuff. So what we're seeing are the actual images, but colors can change, background can slightly change. Like they're not telling us the actual lie because they're still showing us the stuff,
Mhm.
but it's not the
False
full,
advertising.
not the full truth.
Not like when they yesterday I got sued because Anna
Anna
Armas.
de Armas was in it. Yeah.
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 But she was
And-
in the trailer.
Right.
Yep.
And then Hulk was in the Avengers Endgame or Infinity War trailer, but he wasn't in that
In the whole
scene.
thing. Yep.
Right. True. So yeah, they could do some color coding thing, and in the trailer he says, I didn't know you could get that big. So I feel like they're playing with something
They're
there.
playing with some stuff.
And there was an interview with Tom, Zendaya, and Jacob where Tom was saying, "Yeah, and Hulk's in it, and he's green." And Zendaya was like, "Is he though?" And he's like, he just starts stuttering, and she's like, and Jacob's like, "Yeah, there's other colors, right?" And he's like, "I didn't say that." So
poor Tom. It just can't. He just.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time he opens his mouth, poor kid.
Yeah, and they really putting him on the spot. He's like, "I'm getting hot."
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish
You
your thought.
go.
I was going to jump on something else.
Yeah, go.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you got to go soon. So I was gonna kind of like scrub through the trailer here, but I think first we're gonna talk about Ned's Spider Tracker, which is a pretty cool thing that's
Yeah.
happening in the movie, and you can actually go to spidertracker.net or com. And so this image came out yesterday or day before, and there is something else when you go online. I'm sorry, that's the wrong image. That's what I meant to do. Okay. So yeah, this is an image from my phone online. And what is this in the corner here but a black suit Spider-Man face?
Black suit.
So is this a confirmation? Because we talked about I think it was like 2 weeks ago, where he is he's wearing the black shirt.
Yep.
And I think my theory is the whole man spider thing is it's a slight misdirect, but they're kind of merging the black suit transformation and that
because he's becoming like one with the symbiote type of thing.
Yeah. Or the transformation is happening and it kind of calls out to the symbiote or something, or draws it in close.
Draws it in close.
Yeah.
Oh, keep going. Because there's an image I took a screenshot. It's never sent to y'all.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Okay.
Well,
that's not what I was trying to show. That's what's behind us.
That's what's behind us.
There's a shot in the trailer. If you raise the brightness on it, you can see that it is Sadie Sink and not somebody like an imposter.
Yeah.
But
looking somewhat sinister there, at least.
Yeah.
Like threatening, like being like, "Leave me alone."
It would be dope if she put together the Sinister Six in a weird twist.
Yeah. So it's I think this is also a misdirect with her being a bad guy. I think my head is barely fitting in the little square here. Sorry. Yeah, I had to change everything, but is that up?
So this is it was something someone posted. I forgot to get the name of the person, of things you should watch before watching Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I was looking at it, and everything over here made sense. All of the the Civil War, the Spider-Mans, the Avengers movie made sense. These made sense because Hulk is in them.
Mm-hmm.
This one, this one made sense.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, and the Venom ones was that makes no sense. Why do I need to watch those movies to understand what is happening here? And the only thing I could think of is that one scene. Oh, hey, spoiler alert, we're talking about Venom movies now. Is that one scene from No Way Home, with the scene where we had Eddie Brock down in, I guess, Mexico.
Yeah.
And then we got him disappearing, but the little symbiote piece was still there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we go to the third Venom movie, it's it made it look like it was there, but I feel like that could happen.
I think they kind of retconned it where he was still actually in his world when they did that, because that was kind of because it was the same military people.
It was the same,
from the movie.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like it could be the same way, because we have the TVA. We know things are variants of each other. I mean, and we know for sure that he was in the other dimension, or in, I guess, the main MCU timeline. I think a piece of the symbiote still did get left behind, but they didn't want to say that it was, because they didn't want to leave a cliffhanger just in case No Way Home was the last movie.
Also, So let me go back to the image viewer here, and so this is the trailer here.
What?
The volume, but I'm gonna scrub through. So yeah, we've got this obviously seems it could go either way with the man spider or whatever. But yeah, he's fighting Scorpion, which is really cool, and he's getting out of control. And I'm trying to find where is it?
Where she's pushing out goo. Because that was gross.
Yeah, that was kind of gross.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
You're not one of
I
my
think this
students,
is
are you?
it.
Which, I mean, there was a time when I preferred the idea of the organic web to the web shooter. But then, like, as time went on and I read more comics, I became more of a fan of the web shooters again, just because it's, you know, it's more classic. But
Yep.
Oh, there it was.
Ghost.
The
Ghost
dog
turned
just
off.
unplugged the fan because he don't know how to get through. See if I can. Oh, hush! You can get through there, you big whiny baby. I can't get right on it, but Ghost, quit whining, dude.
What is that?
Hold on, just a sec.
You're good.
You big baby.
You see what I see?
which
You're a grown ass man. Can't get by a fan.
Um,
So on this is at a wedding, right?
yeah.
was,
But
like, just married. Yeah.
yeah, just married, but I can't get to the. Let's see if I can just play it through.
Immune to it.
You can see some right there. Some of the words on it was John and April.
Mhm.
So is that John Jameson potentially?
Maybe.
So we're introducing the astronaut
Yeah.
that brought the symbiote potentially,
Potentially.
Mm.
Yeah.
and that kind of if it is Jameson that is funding Scorpion.
the pulses.
Yeah, the pulses that where she's kind of freezing everybody like an X-Men 2 when Xavier did that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder why he's unaffected. What's going on there? Unless it's because Jean knows that he's trying to help her. But yeah, I think that it is. I think Jean being a bad guy is also a misdirect because Keith David is kind of like soft confirmed that he's playing the Jackal character.
Oh.
So if that's what's happening, so it could be a couple of
Ooh.
things happening. Either he is the big bad, the secret big bad. That's why we haven't really seen him. Because in the comics, he is one of Peter's professors and he gets obsessed with Gwen.
Yeah.
And he is into cloning and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Just like Mr. Sinister as
Just
well.
like Mr.
Yeah.
Sinister.
And also is obsessed with Jean Grey.
yeah.
Exactly.
Jackal
Ooh,
made.
what if
Jackal
Keith
made
David was
Chameleon,
playing
didn't he?
Mr. Sinister? That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. That'd be scary. That'd be terrible.
I still like your Henry Cavill idea
For Mr. Sinister, yeah.
Yeah.
because he's like more like X-Men 97 beefy
Yeah.
Sinister.
Oh. This could be all leading to that.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, but also, doesn't he have some kind of telepathy type powers?
Yes.
The Jackal.
The Jackal does. Shoot, it's not as strong as like anybody else's.
Right.
but
and,
it's just-
and who because I'm thinking there's got to be something happening because in the other trailer we see Jean captured and she's in the whole like window cell kind of thing with the shutters. So somebody is manipulating her and using her to like using her powers somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think it's only possible because she's young, because she is an Omega level mutant, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there's some it's either damage control using some kind of suppressor, like Bruce has, to control her, or somehow the Jackal is controlling her,
Yeah.
and that's why she's Breaking Bad.
Because she's not all herself.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's going to help push the whole anti-mutant agenda. One theory out there online is that because we saw in Wonder Man, Damage Control is trying to justify their existence. And right now in New York, Spider-Man's getting the key to the city. Everybody's okay with heroes again. So Damage Control maybe kind of like,
we need
yeah,
we need
create
to show-
problems
right.
and offer the answer at the same time kind of thing.
And you think it maybe at any point possibly Wilson Fisk could be pulling any of these
That
strings
would
as
be
well?
amazing.
Because
Because
you know he's upset right now.
and Tombstone is in this, and we have not seen hide nor hair of him either.
Oh yeah, yeah, and he's gonna look good.
Yeah, and there's I think it might be in well, not the beginning, but at some point where he is with the hand, they're using
Pushing out
these
goo.
what?
Pushing out goo.
Pushing out
Pushing
goo.
out, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, and she's kind of like antagonistically like taunting him in some of those scenes like this.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's necessarily Jean. Even in this other image here, she looks pretty sinister.
Yeah.
Sinister.
You think the Jackal could be, working through her as sort of like an
Yeah.
amplification for his powers?
Exactly.
Because all he
Yeah.
has to focus on is controlling her, and then he can use her powers, which are stronger.
It's way stronger.
And Hulk definitely looks green in this, but I mean he's badass.
Something could still happen to him at some point, in the movie.
And that it feels really ambiguous. And the way, like, looking at it, it looks like, yes, it could be green, but it easily just not be.
Okay, yeah, here it is. So the hand, I don't know if you see my cursor up there. They're using these electrical weapons, and that's not really typical for the hand. So either they got it from a prison guard, or potentially the DODC is supplying them with weapons, and that is also where Scorpion gets his, and Boomerang gets his, and Tarantula gets, because
all
they're
of these villains have just been Spider.
Exactly. There's
Okay.
this uptick of villains happening. Well, it's over the course of 4 years, because they did confirm the timeline that they're in the last semester. They just finished MIT.
Yep.
Yeah,
So congratulations.
yeah. So I mean, either that's what's going on, because if you're watching with the captions on, you did see that Tremel Tillman's character, who's telling Spider-Man, well, you're the only one that it doesn't affect, so we need you. He is William Metzger, who is a huge anti-mutant villain in the comics, an X-Men villain. So it's very potential that he is doing something kind of nefarious behind the scenes, pretending to be somebody that he's not.
But even if he uses Spider-Man, I think at some point too, like with all the stuff he's been going through, when it's like when are they going to classify him as a mutant as well? In a way,
right? Yeah. And I hope they don't. I mean, well, in the comics, there's always kind of like the is he, isn't he, with the public, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But then you got Spider-Man 2 season 2, where he's talking to the X-Men. He's like, I don't want to be a freak like you guys. And Wolverine's, we're not a freak, buddy. But yeah, my big theories are I think that they're actually going, because you've got Secret Wars coming up. I think that they are leading into the black suit. It would be really cool if we got a whole show or a movie with just him operating the black suit. And this is like a 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour movie, I believe.
Whoa.
So they're covering a lot of ground. And some people are upset because there are villains in here that we haven't even seen yet, and it's just too packed or whatever. So
the last one wasn't too packed. If they and we knew we were getting 5, almost a full Sinister 6 in No Way Home, and plus 2 extra Spider-Men. So too packed is not a thing.
That's true. Well, as long as they do it right, and it's not just like,
you think,
hi, I'm Thor, goodbye,
Which I don't think they will. They know that they can't afford to. Because this is one of only 2 movies coming out this year.
Marvel movies.
So it's this and Doomsday. So they wouldn't put this out.
And Vision Quest, I believe, is coming out later
that
this year.
too. We forgot about that. Return of Ultron. Here we go.
I thought you said Voltron. Another theory that I saw was that, and Screen Crush dropped this today, and it was really cool how he broke it down. So go find that online. But that Bruce is a secret villain, and that what he was showed in Age of Ultron was the Maestro,
Yeah, Maestro.
and that's why he's more than normal scared of letting the Hulk out, and only when necessary. And the Hulk also saw something like this, but they're secretly leading up to a Maestro type thing, because the Hulk, because we talked about this last time, where the Hulk is basically being get outed
Yeah.
by Banner, because during Ragnarok he said, I was in the back, I was in the trunk, and he was in the driver's seat. So the Hulk now, the longer he's the Hulk, the more smart he gets, and we saw in Ragnarok he's like a 4-year-old or something like that now.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be extremely pissed when he finally gets out, and he could potentially go that direction.
2 things, and then I will smoke bomb. One, do you remember? I cannot remember if this is 100% true or not, but after Endgame came out, the Russo brothers were asked who's going to be the next like villain, and then at that time they said the villain of like the next big thing was already in the movie. And way back when, before we found out RDJ was going to be Doomsday for reasons, I thought, well, the only person I think it could be would be Hulk and becoming Maestro, especially after him using the gauntlet and like getting all that extra gamma radiation, and those stones probably messed him up in a different way.
Yeah.
And
and it seems like it's because he was Smart Hulk for a long time, but why is he not Smart Hulk anymore? And his arm's been healed.
Yep. Homie, something went down.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we know that he got slightly healed from She-Hulk, but something else had to go down. Like homie can't, if he doesn't want to be like that anymore, something else is going on. Has to be.
And this suppressor looks a little bit beefier than the one he was wearing in She-Hulk.
He's gonna get out. And yeah, if we end up getting a Maestro, that would be grand and fantastic. And I love that. What did I have a second thing? I don't think I had a second thing.
You said 2 things.
I did, but I don't remember what it was.
Well, and just to clarify too, I'm trying because what's confusing me at the moment is I'm remembering all the stuff that happened in She-Hulk, and so when he's like, "Here's my son," is that what
Sakaar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that
Hulk or Maestro?
Was that when like he just came back from the Ragnarok?
Yeah,
like
because
because
they sent like this beacon to tell him that they needed him for something, and he took the ship and
that's why
left for most of the show and came back at the end with the Fast and Furious dinner.
Yes.
And when he came back, he left. I think he left as Banner, but came back as Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then all of the all of the Endgame stuff that all happened like after that, right? So that's why.
What do you mean Endgame stuff?
Like
She-Hulk was after Endgame, wasn't it?
She-Hulk took place after Endgame.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was part of the multiverse.
I mean, because he was big Hulk and he was able to like talk and stuff. Wasn't he able to in that one? So like, what happened between then and now that's causing him to have to wear that? That's what I'm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was wearing it in She-Hulk.
Okay, gotcha.
And so at the end of Shang-Chi, they showed him, and he said he was like in a sling, and it was basically he was wearing that so his arm could heal, is what he told her.
Oh, okay.
Because in the very beginning, he was in the car wearing the sling, and then they got in the wreck, and he bled into her, and that sounds weird, but
right,
she got irradiated by his blood, and when he turned back into the Hulk, his arm was fine and everything. So
yeah, okay. Now I'm all caught up now.
Yeah,
I need to watch Shang-Chi again anyway because I think it's one of the ones that my wife hasn't seen yet. Oh.
it's really good.
It's really I don't know why they didn't lead with that in the multiverse saga. Is him being.
I don't know.
Especially after we both watched Wonder Man. We loved Wonder Man, so I'm sure she'll love to see more of I guess spoiler alert. She'll love to see more Trevor. So
yeah, Destin Daniel Cretton is he did Shang-Chi, he did Wonder Man, and now he's doing the Spider-Man movie. I feel like he is the next Russo brothers
project
in the MCU.
Yeah.
And
Smoke bomb.
So,
yeah. So yeah, thanks for coming, Quinn.
No problem.
Appreciate you. He's got a heart out. So
thank you for joining us.
See you all next week, baby. I don't know.
but yeah, so there was a scene that Tom and Zendaya were doing during filming, and Tom has a lot more power now because he's been Spider-Man for a while, and he's a big producer, and Zendaya's Zendaya.
Right.
But there was a scene that it just wasn't working, and he came to Daniel. I don't know if he goes by Daniel or Destin Daniel or whatever, but anyway, he came to the director and he was like, "Hey," well, he asked Zendaya and he was like, "I'm not really feeling this. Do you think this scene is working?" And he told Amy Poehler on that podcast, "I wouldn't say that to anybody else, but because we're married, basically, they are married. They confirmed that. So congrats on that." But yeah, he said, "I would never, because that's, as an actor, you don't challenge that. You're there to say the lines and make them believable. You don't rewrite scenes or challenge the director, tell him how to do his job or anything like that. This is like a one-off situation, special situation where he felt comfortable enough because he was also in the writer's room and all that kind of stuff, that he came to Daniel Cretton and he said, "Hey, means you don't really I know we've been shooting for hours and I'm really sorry," because that's another thing, money is on the line and you got to go, and you never, and so he came and he's like, "Hey, we're not feeling what we think we should be feeling in this scene." And he was like, "Well, what were you trying to feel?" And he took a moment and he listened to him and he said, "Yeah, I think you're right." So he sent the crew home for the day, and they rewrote the scene and came back and refilmed it. And Tom Holland said that it sings in the movie, that it's a great scene, and he's glad that they rewrote it.
Well, yeah. Well, one, I'm glad that Tom enjoys playing the part. I think, and I want everybody in these movies to like actually want to play these characters and stuff. I never want these ones where it's like, it's just a paycheck, it's just some dumb nerd thing, that's just whatever.
Cody Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, right, and you don't.
Well, I mean, she kind of got done wrong. But
you don't want that. I think the nerdy people make the best. Make the best actors.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
I can see how over time, like you play this character for so many years, you find you get to this point, and I'm sure he's read his fair share of comics at this point too, and becoming a fan. If he wasn't a huge fan already, I'm sure he's a mega fan now, and I can see how you have these moments where it's just like I don't think he would do that, and things like that, and
yeah,
it definitely, stuff like that definitely comes into play when you've got these characters that have been around since the 60s, and
yeah, and especially since you've played the character, because I really enjoy seeing when an actor takes ownership of a character.
Yeah.
And especially when they've been playing that character and researching and living in that character for so long, that I really enjoy when the production listens to their point of view, because a lot of times there's a big disdain for actors, and they're fruity or they're flaky or whatever. But when people actually understand what actors go through to live in the space of the character and pretend in a real way to make it believable, there's a lot of emotional work that they have to do to get there, and that's why it can seem kind of weird or whatever. But when you've got a director that understands what they're doing and where they're coming from, I think it just makes everything better.
Agree.
Yeah. But yeah. Trying to see. There's
And those little stretching.
yeah, I'm gonna flip back to this other. It's empty. The third one. Yeah, the whole this is pretty cool with his organic webbing.
Just completely unloading on these hand ninjas.
Yeah. And it's really interesting that he is unmasked here, because nobody knows who Peter Parker is, but I mean, who's to say that going forward nobody's going to know?
Right.
and it's been 4 years, and you've got people like Ned that are actively trying to figure out who Spider-Man is,
Mhm.
because it's got to be weird for them knowing that Spider-Man was a big part of their lives, but not really understanding why or how and why he's not anymore.
And the whole thing is like every person on the planet doesn't know who he is, correct? It's not just for some reason. I think over these last few years, I thought it was just like everyone in New York didn't know who he. I don't know why I thought that, but like I remember thinking when we first were watching the movie, I was like everyone forgot. Well, just tell them who you are, and they'll be fine. But it's just I realize it's not that easy, obviously, because his aunt has passed, and his uncle's gone, and he has no other family, so he's been completely alone, and that is I can see how that just psychologically takes a toll.
Yeah. And the guilt of it too.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the movie, the last one where he walks up to her and he was about to give her the letter and tell her, and he sees the little scratch over her eye,
Mm.
and he's like, maybe I shouldn't, and he backs off.
Aw,
Yeah.
so sad.
Yeah. And yeah, we're entering into like a really a good place where Spider-Man should be.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the first one where he's like, I can't, I'm Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one.
Yeah. I've seen so many people too talking about like their favorite eras of Spider-Man, and I've heard some people act like the comics have been lacking in like recent years. Some people say the comics been lacking for a couple of decades, but like, and some people have said like, oh, Spider-Man sucked since the Clone Saga. There's been those people too, and
Mm.
you know,
What
so
about Civil War? Like that was a great Spider-Man
everyone's
story.
good. Yeah,
But I mean, it did follow up with Brand New Day, and
I don't know. I
and
still like
some
I
people
like the
don't
whole
like that whole
yeah, I like the whole
retcon.
Spider-Verse arc because it gave us so many fun new Spider people, and
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
all the
and
stuff with Miles. And
Spider-Verse movie was uh, one of, if not the best Spider-Man movie.
yes, just completely just 150% Spider-Man. It was just so like the essence of Spider-Man is just dripping in every like frame of those movies. They get it. They just so
Yeah,
much so, and it's just it's realizing it's just it's not just one person. It's just it's more of a Spider-Man's a vibe, man. Like
yeah, it's a whole vibe.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, not for nothing, there is a Miles in the MCU.
Yeah, except somewhere
Yeah,
because his uncle, the Prowler, was in the first, the
yeah,
first of these movies,
and he named him on the phone. He's like,
yeah,
"Sorry, Miles, I'm not gonna make it."
so I'm webbed to the back of my car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that would be really great to start to see the Prowler and everybody show up.
And then
Um,
yeah, he had his little cameo in the second Spider-Verse as
right?
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
being live action too and everything.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, bring Donald Glover on as a advisor.
yeah, I want to see more of that too.
Yeah, because that dude knows his comics too, don't he?
Absolutely.
And he's a freaking genius and like multi. They used to call it Renaissance man, but now they call it like a polymath or something.
Polymath, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh, yeah. I don't have necessarily anything else. Because I
Looks like a fun time at the movies, and
seriously. Oh, there is one more thing. Let's see if I can pull it up here. In the okay, there's Jamel Tillman,
Mr. Milchick.
yeah, Mr. Milchick. Yeah. So yeah, I think he's playing both sides.
Mhm.
And we get this. Oh yeah, there's this like sonic wave coming from 3 Mile Island or
Mhm.
Rikers. So that I think maybe that's where they're holding her or something.
Mm.
And she okay, where you at? La 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 la. Okay, this whole scene. I think that may or may not be Tom Holland's brother.
Yeah, I remember kind of focusing on that picture. I'm like, I wonder who that's supposed to be.
Yeah, for a second, some of these I was like, is that Andrew Garfield? That would be a great little Easter egg.
Mhm.
But then people would be saying it's canon. But I mean, he was there, so I mean, technically, that would be pretty funny if he was like seeing all these images of other Spider-Man and got thrown off. But yeah, I'm trying to get to. Yeah, so apparently he's he's there. And so this little motorcycle helmet right here in the back supposedly belongs to, or this what everybody's saying, that it belongs to this guy that Zendaya's dating.
Oh, Paul.
Or
Is it Paul? Because he's kind
it may be Paul, and they skip right over it. But I don't know if it's confirmed to be Paul or not, but where she's with somebody.
Yeah.
And supposedly that's his helmet, and people are saying it looks like Boomerang's helmet, that he may be actually Boomerang. And but also there's I want to say it may be from the leaked trailer, which I didn't watch on purpose, but there's a scene where MJ is saying, I got a job offer, but I didn't want to work for a soulless corporation. So I did. She didn't take it, and he jumps in and says something about, "Oh, MJ trying to save everybody" or something. So it's kind of like everybody's like, "Oh, he doesn't care," you know. But I don't know. But also, who is the corporation? It's been 4 years. Could this be Oscorp?
Oscorp, finally.
Yeah. There's a theory. Well, it's not in the beginning of this trailer, but like where at the beginning of the other one, where he is standing on this building that's unfinished, and it's like first semester the video that he's watching. I mean, it could be watching past videos, but then later on, when when him and Hulk are falling out of this building, like look how much taller that building is than everything else.
Yeah.
And that's definitely going to stick out in the skyline, in the New York skyline. So it's a new-ish building. Is this something that Val has built? Is this, because it doesn't look like Avengers Tower. Could it be that building? And he was standing on the beginning of the other trailer. And
there's no Baxter building in this universe,
right,
is there?
Yeah, there's no Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And supposedly from the last movie, there's no Oscorp. However, businesses can pop up pretty quick, especially when they've got, you know, or maybe he just didn't know where to look, and maybe it was from somewhere else. And so I mean, could this be an Oscorp building? And she's talking about Oscorp, because why would you say it's Roxxon necessarily? Even though, well, I mean, with Destin Daniel Cretton, he connected Roxxon to Doorman, which is an original. That's like a natural connection though from the comics.
And they mentioned Roxxon in Loki a little bit.
Yeah. Roxxon has been kind of like peppered throughout, and known to be like kind of like the, you know, the evil Exxon or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I say evil, but anyways,
you can just say corporation.
Yeah.
We all know.
But yeah, with something that's Sony and Spider-Man centric, like why would they want to make it something else? What else could it be? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't remember. Yeah, outside of Roxxon, Oscorp, I can't think of like a whole lot of the industries.
Yeah, unless she's talking about like the DODC or something, which I don't know. Why would they need an MIT engineer?
Yeah.
Or graduate. I don't know. She's an engineer, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, that's a freakishly high, tall building that they're in. And why is Bruce there? Because, well, if I can, where's the scene where he is changing? Like, where are they when he's changing? There. Okay, not there. So that almost looks like an unfinished building. Like that they're coming through some things that are still being worked on. There's a lamp there.
Yeah, I mean the floor looks pretty, like, you know.
Yeah,
like pardon our dust, sort of.
Yeah. So at first my impression was that this is Peter's apartment, but this looks like something else. Like potentially, if it's Oscorp, could Banner potentially be there doing experiments? You know what I mean? And that's where he knows how to find him. And it's still being built, so I mean, Oscorp could be relatively new. And there's a fan casting saying that Joe Keery could be cast as, or I don't know, a rumor Joe Keery as potentially
Harry.
Harry Osborn.
I think he'd be a great Harry. It's a good casting.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's got some not quite done vibes, but it's also got like little homey things, like it's got a full desk and a lamp already. But I mean, if you're Bruce Banner, that's really all you need. Really, I mean,
Is he squatting there at the moment?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's really cool that whether it's Gene or somebody using Gene that talks through him in Banner's voice, that's getting kind of creepy, which is pretty cool. I hope they kind of lean into some of the horror aspects of all that.
I guess that could be a thing if Gene took over Banner, made him rip the thing off his arm, and then he just and then I don't know if she could control him at that point or
Yeah, because I mean, in this other scenes, she's obviously speaking through other people and taunting him.
yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, "Hey," because I don't necessarily. Well, we don't know Jean yet. She's young, and maybe she is kind of confrontational, and she's taunting him about, what about MJ? Maybe I'll go visit her.
Because if she's by herself, obviously she's probably like in runaway mode, I would assume.
Right, yeah. But I mean, so it could be either somebody, she's not like that and somebody is using her, speaking through her, or she's like that and uh she doesn't take on the better angels until she meets Charles and Scott and everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Which I wonder too if they're gonna do a thing where like, is she kind of already suffering from like, are they gonna do this thing again? Like she's always kind of had the Phoenix inside of her again.
Right. Yeah.
Although I would still much rather I like the Phoenix where it was a cosmic entity that came from space and then like jumped into her. I kind of like that one more than the one from was it X-Men: The Last Stand, where it was kind of always a thing that she had inside of her that Charles had to like tamp down.
Yeah. Well, in the comics, they retconned it to where it always kind of was attracted to her, and it was always kind of connected with her. So I mean, I don't know if they retcon that because of Last Stand or what, but yeah. I mean, just because she's so powerful that became, it was drawn to her or whatever.
Right.
But, so yeah, are they going to run from that until they absolutely can't avoid it anymore for the MCU because it's been done 3 times now, including X-Men 97?
Right.
But I don't know, man. It's really exciting and interesting to see where they're going to go with it, and I don't know, just the different variations and directions they could go.
But when it's X-Men, I think we definitely need some X-Men stuff again. I think this is in this day and age. I think it's important to tell those stories. I think they'll resonate well with the big Marvel fans, the ones who kind of are all about people who are being oppressed for something they can't control.
Yeah, very very timely stories, and those it's sucks that they're always timely stories, especially in America.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. I can't think of anything else. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on?
I think we scrubbed through every single frame of this trailer, so
Scrub,
we left no frame unturned.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was pretty interesting when he was like, "You're not one of my students, all right?"
He's in one of those big classrooms where it's just sort of like, it's just like, just turn your papers into my desk and I'll grade them.
Yeah.
Well, you can't really get to know all your students, so
it's interesting that he is still trusted on that academic level,
right?
After the Hulk and everything. Maybe the years as Smart Hulk has fixed his reputation or something. I don't know.
I figure you get some brownie points for saving like all of reality, and
that's true.
Being one of those guys who was out there in the field, fighting all the
because of Ant-Man's book, everybody knows.
Yes.
I wonder how much of it they know. Like, did he go into? Because there's some of those things like time travel, Like, do you really want the world knowing that time travel is real and we figured it out?
Right. Because you probably don't want to be like, oh, we did it, and here's how you do it. Because
Yeah,
you don't want
exactly.
you don't want anybody just to start zipping through time.
Yeah, that opens a box of can of worms.
Either
I was thinking
either forward
Pandora's
or
box.
backwards.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, you could like seriously screw up time completely, like reality, if you start going backwards and forwards and just anybody willy nilly
Hmm.
going through there. Which is why you need a time cop. the fe- the damn it, the time variance authority TVA.
Yes.
I was looking back at my variant hat and the
Miss Minutes.
Miss Minutes.
Yeah, wonderful to see them again soon. Owen Wilson and all those guys.
Yeah, we need to see him on a jet ski with Loki at the very least.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess Loki's too busy once again, still holding like all of time and
Yeah.
space together. Or, yeah, whatever he's doing on that chair, holding all the time streams.
And does he
together.
get a bathroom break?
Yeah. How does that work?
I don't know. It's the
Maybe gods just don't have to. Maybe it's like that type of
Yeah,
thing.
that's true. I wonder. I don't know. Yeah, let us know in the comics. In the comments, if you know from the comics that Thor actually canonically uses the bathroom.
Yeah. Loki as well. Do they both gotta?
Yeah, because he's technically a different species.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. It's frozen poops. Peas ice cubes.
There you go.
Anyways, yeah, we're gonna start talking about Doomsday if we're not careful. Getting into that. Anywho, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else? Just double checking again.
No.
Quinn? Oh, sorry.
No Quinn, sorry.
Where did he go? Anyways, yeah, thanks for joining us. Hope that you'll join us live on YouTube Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so that you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. My name is Dylan.
I'm Andrew.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.